All right, I've been incredibly entertained. Thank you, Mixie. I'm gonna kick you out now.
Of course, thank you.
All right, that was great. I legitimately was like, I don't know, do I need another caller? This is a good show. But Osoweeb has offered to call in, so I sent you the link on Discord to get into the uh back room. I have to go to the bathroom, so I'm going to go ahead and play a song before I bring Osoweeb in. But Osoweeb, who it turns out is also a VTuber, this is a clear sign. I'm
Oh
receiving
my
a clear
god.
sign here, right? That I
Am
need
I
to
here?
a
Am I here? Am I
VTuber.
live right now?
You are live right now. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you,
Beautiful.
Trixie.
Amazing.
I'm so disappointed you did not message me first.
Well, I didn't message anybody. I put out a thing saying, "Hey, everybody, pitch to me what you're going to talk to me about on the show." And
I'm just teasing you. Just teasing you.
Nixie was the
Anyways,
only person who got to me before the show, other than that with Lucario fan.
I
But
mean, okay, okay. Oh,
you're
Lucario?
here
Okay.
now.
Shout out
That's
to my
what
friend.
matters.
Shout out to my friend.
Yes, everybody shout out Aura Luna, aka that one Lucario fan. You told me, um, are you here to talk about this hypothetical of the fuck marriage
Yes,
bill that you
yes, 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 yes. But
proposed
but
this?
first, but first, I want to pay your bills first. I want to pay
Oh
your
my
bills
god,
first.
what are you?
Wait, let me get this up. All right. Don't forget,
Hey,
support Riley, support his
yes,
legal fund.
yes,
Fuck, what's his name?
Eric
Eric
July.
July.
Fuck Eric July. Fuck
Yeah,
Null
exactly.
also. Just,
Exactly.
fuck
Go
him.
support Riley,
Fuck
legal
Yellow
fund, all
Flash.
that stuff. Bird's doing it.
Fuck Jeremy the Quartering in the mouth.
That's true. Oh my god. And I'm so sorry that Bird has not joined the stream, which this will involve for Bird. Also, you're backed out by it's reloading. Okay, you're
Bird is
backed out
asleep
by
right
let's
now.
not let's not forget you're backed out
Oh my
by with
god,
your
backed up
rewatch
by.
anime. Come
Yeah.
on, come
Wow.
on.
What the fuck?
Directly support Trixie here.
There
This
is
is
nobody
money.
supporting me on there right now. There had been. True Fox One was supporting on there. I think he might have just run out of money.
I'm
And there was
I'm so
somebody in the
disappointed. If I get
comments.
the chance, I will. But let's not forget her classic Patreon also.
I'll be honest. The reason I haven't pushed backed up by more is that it is very much under development and it's
Uh,
under slow development. So I don't want to like.
it's
I
Dick
don't want to.
Masterson doing it, right?
It's Dick Masterson created it. He has like a team of programmers who work on it, but um, it's it's not it doesn't have enough features that have been built into the other platforms, and I think that's fine. I hope they take their time really deciding which ones are important because fucking Substack and Patreon just constantly load new bullshit in that I have no use for. Like I'll
Yeah.
get an email every fucking month that's like,
Patreon just added the drop feature thing. It's just like I don't get it. I don't get it.
yeah, I've never done a drop. I don't know who's doing drops through page. I mean, I don't know. Patreon's used in a lot of unique ways, so I'm sure that there's I, the people who get to talk to Patreon are the people who live in LA, who get to go to their little meetings and soirees and like hang out with Jack Conti or whatever. Fucking,
Mhm.
that's the Patreon guy, right? I know there's
I think so. I think so.
the old Twitter guy before Elon had a similar name, like Jack
Oh,
something. Anyway, yeah, like I've never been able to get close enough to Patreon because like they're really only interested in talking in people who already kind of have money and are using even more money, not so
yeah.
much people whose only source of income is Patreon.
Or
Um,
even starting our own. That might come up soon. Anyways.
anyway, that's enough about that. What do you want to grill me about?
Oh, right. Where was I? Where was I? Okay. Anyways, yeah. Here we
Oh,
go.
wait,
My
wait, actually,
hypothetical.
wait, before you
Right.
do that, I
What's
haven't
up?
even asked you to promote your stuff. Where do you,
I'm
you're
gonna. Oh
just
yeah. I forgot
awesome.
about that. I forgot about that. Yeah, I was gonna do that. All right. Also, I got Substack right now. I just created it. Do not have that set up yet, but I do have some articles up. Writing, experimenting. Whatever doesn't get turned into content will be on my Substack. Also YouTube channel. YouTube channel. Also oh gosh, wait, maybe I'll just pull it up over here real quick. Let me get it. Let me get it for us here. Okay. All right. Oh no, that's just that. Anyways, yeah, grab this.
I can't believe
This.
that I was like the other day, like, I wonder if I can actually do the PNG tuber through StreamYard. And then, like, the first two callers I ever bring on my live stream are
It's OBS. It's
VTubers.
OBS. It's OBS. I don't know. I don't know how. I know you use what Streamlabs or something, right? Or
StreamYard. That's what
okay,
we're in right now. Yeah.
okay. So, but I know that OBS allows you to do virtual webcams, so that's my
Yeah.
tip. I've been wanting to talk to you about it. Okay.
Well, what I'm
Um,
saying is you're currently doing both. Like, you're using the OBS virtual camera as the camera that's being picked up by StreamYard right now.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
So I could just do the exact same thing on my end.
I'll DM you. I can give you info. But yeah, YouTube channel, Osoweeb. I post anime news headlines. I also announced the Patreon. I just soft launched it, but it's my formal announcement that I started Patreon. I currently have Kamen Rider V3 reaction. You guys should go support Kamen Rider. I want more Kamen Rider. I want y'all. I mean, alongside the Riley thing and my everything.
Mhm.
Support everything we're doing.
I
Um,
should have known. I was like, you coming in hot as a Riley fan. You got to be a Tokusatsu person. Like, it goes hand in hand, right? I was like,
I'm watching the Hack the Movies episode. I love it. I love Riley. I did not know Riley's love for Tokusatsu.
he's huge into Power Rangers in particular. He actually started before even doing the Dick Show stuff, or maybe early into it. He had a Power Rangers Power Hour podcast that got DMCA'd by Hasbro.
How the
I
hell?
don't remember why. You'll have to ask him about that. But
I
yeah,
mean, blame Hasbro.
yeah, fuck
They're
him.
selling
But
it. They're selling it.
he's a huge Toku fan, particularly of the Super Sentai and Power Rangers. And I feel like there's something else I'm forgetting that he also likes, but mostly Sentai.
Kikaida or something. I don't know.
Nah, probably just something.
Gamera, Godzilla, whatever. That stuff.
No, he's not really into the monsters as much. I've never seen
So
him
Ultra,
be. He's
Ultra.
more into like superheroes and stuff.
There's Ultraman.
More like 70s Spider-Man type shit. Like
Okay.
like
Shotaro Ishinomori material.
he
Okay.
he loves the Spider-Man manga, like the 70s
Okay.
Spider-Man manga. So like
But like Shotaro
crossover type
Ishinomori.
shit, stuff where like West and East met type stuff.
Nice. I do not know what that means, but I will look it
Well,
up.
like
I will look it up.
anytime like like American comics have been like interpreted by Japanese or vice
Oh,
versa.
yeah, yeah. Batman manga. Batman manga. Yeah.
Yeah, that kind of shit.
Yeah. But yeah, go support the Kamen Rider V3 release. They just took Discotech just announced it, but they have not done any formal thing. I think Media Blasters is doing their movie trilogy thing that they're finally doing after so many years. Pre-orders are still up. They're closing soon, I know. They're going into authoring, whatever. Probably be covering it. um but yeah, as the channel states, anime comics, tokusatsu stuff. Check out the Substack for more content and things that I might turn into videos. Check out the
I
Patreon for early content.
I
All that
have to
stuff.
drop this deep lore real quick. Rieli
Do
and
it.
Friends, also known as the other Riley in the Dick Show universe,
Okay.
said my episode of Mighty Morphin Power Hour never came out. My pitch for Drake and Josh's Power Rangers will never be heard by the masses. So I'm guessing
What?
he was the last guest before the DMCA came through. Oh, that
Uh,
sucks.
but oh yeah, also support Riley Mint, all that stuff, and Trixie too. Let's not forget. We're
Hey,
we're on her show. Okay.
yeah.
Anyways,
Where are them
anyways,
super chats?
exactly. I forgot. Super chats too. Also, Zelle, Venmo, that stuff for Trixie. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I also stream whenever Trixie's not streaming, hopefully. So yeah.
Good. Well, wait, on just on YouTube, or do you also have it on
Oh,
Twitch?
I have a Twitch, but I don't use Twitch. It's just YouTube.
Okay.
Just YouTube. Just
If
YouTube
you
weekly.
if you do hook your OBS up to StreamYard, you can stream to 3 different services at the same time, like I've been doing, and
Hmm.
then you can get the
I've
sweet views everywhere.
I do that. I do that. I've been noticing. I've been noticing it. Yes. I should probably use it. I know there's was the other ones like it's like Simulstream or something like that. I saw that with TikTok or whatever.
I don't know that one.
I don't know. I just
All right,
know it's
Femboy
not
Lauren
good.
is screaming at us to get to the point. So now you gotta,
Okay. Okay. We're getting to the point, guys. Okay. Okay. We're done paying the bills.
talk too
Okay.
much shop.
Okay, here we go. Here we go. Okay, you've been doing media analyses for all these years and time. You have been 20. What was it, 2001? 20 like
Yeah,
Digital Boy or
2001.
whatever. Yeah.
Well, I started that name in 06. So 2006
Okay.
Digital Boy would have been
Okay.
when I started like being like I'm a reviewer online. Yeah.
Yes, and you got that what was the swords thing, the one with the Eve Online. I think it was the
Terra,
character
the Terra Online.
Terra Online.
Yeah.
Turn on that page too. Okay. So you know media literacy. Okay, you have media literacy here. You're better than
Sure.
Jeremy the Quartering and Critical Drinker here.
For sure, for sure.
Okay, okay. So in this type of
Low bar, but
low bar. In this hypothetical, your fiance Bird. Okay, shout out to Bird. I'm sorry, he's
yeah,
not joining us.
he's
Something
passed
bad
out.
has happened. He's out of the picture. He's out of the picture here.
Okay,
So fuck,
Bird's
marry,
dead.
kill. What fictional characters are you ending up with and why? Objectively, okay, here,
Okay.
I want you to go off.
So wait,
Okay.
you realize that ordinarily with fuck, marry, kill, there are 3 characters you suggest, and then I have to pick one that I fuck, one that I marry, and one that I kill. It
I
sounds like
know.
you're suggesting that I just list every single character I would fuck, marry, or kill.
I mean, you have to choose one though. You have to choose one though. I'm
I have
making
to
this order now.
choose one character to fuck, one character to marry, and one character to kill.
Yes. And Bird's out of the picture here, so I'm
Okay,
sorry.
I'm fucking the main girl from Hyper Police.
Okay.
The cat girl with the big titties. She's like the hottest,
Understandable.
and she's
Understandable.
like fairly horny in the manga also. So
Let's go. Okay. We love that.
I know she's down. I know there's it's not going to be a tough one
You're
to
not passing those like
make her.
the purity test with Mixie though. As a VTuber.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Well, once I'm a VTuber, I'll never have sex again, obviously. But
That's so true. It's Japanese purity.
and then okay, Mary Takasu Ryuuji from Toradora.
Okay.
Um, have you seen Toradora?
I have seen a little bit of Toradora. I have a friend who's very into Toradora, but I've not ventured enough to it to where I can really name off the characters off my head. I just know the main girl, main guy, and that like I think blue-haired or red-haired girl. Like not the small one, but the other one, the best friend.
So the main guy, you know, Takasu Ryuuji, he's like obsessed with cleaning and
Yeah.
just keeping everything nice. And he's basically like a sensitive, nice boy who everybody's afraid of because he looks tough. But like obviously that just makes him hotter. So I don't know.
Okay, so Bird here.
He's pretty much the ideal husband. I don't there's nothing I could knock. There's find a flaw. There's none.
So Bird here. Okay, okay, that works.
And one of the first YouTube videos anime YouTube videos I ever made is called I Want to Be Takasu Ryuuji. It's from I think you could probably still find this on YouTube if you like.
I know I
put in
didn't archive it
quotations.
when you shut it down. When we turned into stuff down.
It's I don't think I ever took this one down because it's on like an obscure channel, I think. Because there were a few videos I had made that I had filmed on my friend Donson's camera that like I just gave him the footage and he threw it together and uploaded it to one of his like obscure channels. So I've only ever been able to find these by like searching them by name. I think it's all caps. I want to be Takasu Ryuuji. It's me like age 19, I think. And it's basically about
Long-haired
trying
arc?
to be like, yeah, it's trying to be like the ultimate house husband, like Ryuji, and a great cook and cleaning. And I think Victor plays Taiga, and he's just like being a total cunt. You know, everything I do, I'm like, I'm gonna bake this amazing quiche, and Taiga's gonna taste my love-filled flavors, and then I bring it to Vic, and he's like, "This is cold. Make it again."
Trixie, we've known you've been an egg this whole time. We've known you've been an egg. We've known you've been an egg.
uh, and then
You've been willing bird to into existence here.
yeah, I guess so. He's not big on cleaning. He's not like Ryuji. I don't know if Ryuji can cook as well as Bird can. Bird is an all-star cook. He does not do any cleaning whatsoever. I do all of that. So Ryuji would still be a bit of a ultimate husbando in this regard. I would get away with even more under this man. Is what I'm trying to say. And then kill. Who am I going to kill?
It's the worst character in
kill Haruhi Suzumiya before she has a chance to ruin everything for everyone forever.
How could you? How could you?
Well,
my beloved. I can't say that. Lum's my beloved, but
if you are any real anime protagonist or any real RPG protagonist, go straight for God. Thank you. Ellen got it right away. God. Yeah.
Let me see.
Straight to the top. The ultimate god dare, the waifu, the most autistic waifu you could possibly have. It really was like a weird experience watching that show with Bird and realizing how little it had like registered to me, how like grotesquely she sexually assaults Mikuru all throughout the show. It's in a weird space in the show because it's simultaneously played for laughs, but it also makes Kyon uncomfortable. And like, so Kyon is sitting there being uncomfortable and not doing anything about it. And it just makes him look like a fucking massive pussy in retrospect. And like, that was all me and Bird were focused on rewatching the show. It's just like, wow, Kyon, you sit around and think about how you should say something and you say nothing because you want to stay around the hot chick, but she's a terrible fucking person. And like, he slowly makes her better, but he could have done a lot more. He could have put his foot down a lot more with that woman.
I mean, if Kyon thinks that he can fix her, he can fix her. And for those who haven't watched Haruhi, obviously he's the protagonist of this light novel series. Yeah. Okay.
Well,
good movie.
It's a funny idea, like, because I think the truly revolutionary thing about Haruhi as a show is Kyon's constant inner monologue. That hadn't really been done yet in anime. Like that idea of we're just in the main character's head and hearing all of his thoughts. And like, that was basically how every light novel is written, is like a guy rambling about his opinions, but they hadn't figured out how to do that in anime yet. And then I think Haruhi really set the standard, and Bakemonogatari took that ball and just ran with it as far as it could possibly be taken. And then it was like, okay, this is anime now. It's like, there's inner monologue. This is the way it is. But like that idea of like a quick train of thought that sounds like it's what's going through your head, particularly that opening scene where he's like walking to school and just thinking about all of the morals of his universe. Like the footage on screen is literally Kyon walks to school. The dialogue is Santa Claus doesn't really exist. I realized this when I was in middle school, and it changed my world in an earth-shaking fashion. And like that became really normal after this show. Like Ore Gairu or whatever is like the same thing, but that didn't exist before Haruhi. So like it felt revolutionary. And then I think everybody who came to one of those shows afterwards, like Oregairu could still feel revolutionary to somebody who's never seen a show that took this approach, like just never saw Haruhi, and frankly, probably a healthier show to be a fan of because it's not a fucking molester. Is constantly assaulting their friends and kind of like just a degenerate, terrible person. Like the characters are a little bit more proactive in trying to make themselves better people in that show, even if I can't really relate as well to their personalities, but
like you may toss whatever to Haruhi Suzumiya, but Haruhi Suzumiya will still end up being a keystone anime of the 2000s, though.
That's
you
true.
Cannot take that away. You cannot
take away what it did. I definitely think it's kind of like I don't know if there's something that I could call the like Dragon Ball to Haruhi's Astro Boy. There must be something that's kind of like that.
Like, but like I'm thinking,
well, I'm thinking about, so Astro Boy came out in the it started in the late 50s, ran through
Oh,
the
yes. Thank
60s,
you.
and it was like the big hype shonen manga. You know, like the first ever big
Yeah,
hype, long form,
Tezuka
tons
and
of
all that stuff.
arcs,
We love that.
power levels. You know, like all of that started there. That was one of uh Toriyama's favorite manga. You know,
Was it?
so
Was it? I heard rumors that he wasn't that he didn't know. I mean, I think you mentioned it was like he wasn't like a manga like he didn't know the history of manga or something like
mm,
that. I think it was.
I've only heard as much as that he is a Tezuka fan. That was his favorite manga author.
Okay.
Um, I don't know to what extent that goes, like how much of a fan was he, but he would have grown up in a world where that was what manga was. Like to have become a manga artist, to have been somebody who was like drawing manga since you were young, you know,
True.
would almost necessitate that you were a fan of Tezuka because he was like the first god of manga. He published 1,000 fucking manga, you know, like
Yeah.
some of them being 30 something volumes long and stuff. And even
Mangas,
outside,
shows, movies, everything.
yeah, even outside of Astro Boy, Kimba, fucking, uh, uh, I almost said Dr. Stone, Blackjack. God
Yeah.
damn it. His
That
face is
unicorn
not made
one.
of stone.
That
Yeah,
that unicorn one.
Unico.
It's getting a adaptation readaptation again. Like it
Oh,
by
nice.
I think I've well, Scholastic is doing a readaptation.
I didn't know Scholastic was still around, but that sounds like fun.
Yeah,
Weird.
for
Yeah,
American
Unico,
audiences.
fucking Princess Knights. Those are just the popular ones. Like again, he wrote like
Yeah.
1,000 different
You
manga, and a
even
lot of them are
forgot
like
Kimba. You forgot Kimba.
I mentioned Kimba.
Uh,
But a lot of them are like dark and political too. Like he just did all kinds of stuff, you know. But like as influential and popular as Astro Boy is in and of itself, like I kind of think like you on the one hand you can't have Dragon Ball without Astro Boy having existed first, but
Obviously,
the
yeah.
amount of things that couldn't have existed without Dragon Ball existing first is just even larger. And
Yeah.
so like you can kind of look at it like, well, okay, that just gives even more credence to Astro Boy, that like things that were influenced by it were then even more influential. But at the same time, I want like I feel like you have to give credit to something that could even surpass the original in that level. Now,
Yeah.
granted, also the original creates a taste for it. So like the idea that we would even want to see like a little boy character beating up bad guys, like, you know, was already kind of set in motion by the first one. So there was the opportunity for, you know, an even bigger one to exist because the first one existed before that.
Yeah.
So I have a really hard time deciding when I say like what's the most influential. Is it Astro Boy because you couldn't even have Dragon Ball, or is it Dragon Ball because even still that hasn't been topped on like that level of, well, nothing else would exist without this, you know, like there hasn't been another thing that's come along since that that has been more totalizing. And
Oh,
so I was drawing that comparison to
Haruhi.
Haruhi. Haruhi on a smaller scale is like it's not that it was like the original of anything specific so much as like an inflection point that created a style that was then going to inspire other shows that I would say follow from that lifeblood, but are even something like a Kaguya-sama Love is War. Like that's something that wouldn't exist if we didn't have Haruhi first, but kind of took it in a different enough direction and has an influence on different enough people that I would say it like competes as an influential piece of work. Like
Yeah.
more people have seen it, more people care about it,
Maybe
and
Fate.
maybe it wouldn't exist without Haruhi, but that doesn't mean that it wouldn't you know, that it doesn't deserve as much credit for continuing to be influential, you know.
I only have to think like maybe Fate Stay Night or something.
I mean, I think it's easy to forget that anime just was smaller back then. So like the
Yeah.
shows that were the biggest ones back then are inevitably smaller than the ones that are the biggest ones afterwards.
I
And
mean,
that's
like, okay, like
yeah.
anime was so big back then that, and I'm talking about just Haruhi here. That you have the Haruhi dance, you have panels with the likes of, and going back to Power Rangers, what's his name? Oh my god, I forgot is second Black Ranger, Mighty Morphin, and Green Ranger for Zeo. Um, he is can probably put in chat, but like he the whole thing of them dubbing Endless Eight, that was the
Mm.
whole thing that they went back and forth. I think whoever was dubbing it, I forgot who was it. Funimation back then. I know Bandai. I
I'm
think it
not
was.
entirely sure what you're trying to argue right now. Are you trying to argue for why
Okay.
Haruhi is very influential?
Yeah. No. Like how big Haruhi was for the 2000s. And let's not forget, and I don't know how gross it's gonna get, but like there is also the Otakon situation with the word trap. Okay, the
Mm.
word trap in that whole situation with I believe like she would become to be Bailey J. Okay, famous actress.
I actually
Some
have
people
no
might know.
idea what you're talking about with the
Okay, and
Otakon
she
trap
cosplayed
situation.
Haruhi, and it was the first instance of the word trap being used in public discourse. That's how big Haruhi is. Okay.
Huh. I did not know that at all. I was certainly
That's a
using the word
pedantic
trap
romantic.
before Haruhi, but I'm also
It's like the first public recorded
very
instance
deep
on the
internet.
internet. I mean, like video. Like there's a Crunchy
Wow.
video. It's a whole thing with I think it was her name. It's Hap New Type, something like that. It's pedantic
I
romantic, which I'm so sad that she's
I
not
mean,
doing anything with.
I
Yeah,
agree that Haruhi is incredibly influential. I mean, I'm comparing it to Astro Boy after all,
yeah,
but I
yeah.
do think it's possible something has come out that's been influenced by it that has had even more influence, and I haven't been able to put my finger on if that does exist yet. I think it. I mean, because I'm kind of thinking the Idol Master, right? Like, but or Love Live, like are bigger at this point, but I don't know if they're more influential or if they've done enough different from what Haruhi did that I don't still like when I see stuff influenced by Love Live, I'm still seeing the Haruhi concert scene. You know, like
Mm-hmm.
pretty much any time I see a concert scene, I'm just seeing the Haruhi concert scene again. Um,
I mean, for
so
it's K-On for that.
yeah, well, and I mean, that was how I felt when I watched K-On! Was like, this is just a Haruhi concert, you know. And
True.
even before that, Manabi Straight, because that was like the fucking like 6 months later, you know.
And
That was the first one to copy the we're gonna do a big band performance for the end of our for the emotional climax of our show, you know.
And also what's the name? Kill Annie. They adapted Hyoka, and it was like, I mean, I kind of feel like I watched Hyoka. I kind of dropped it. I mean, I quote unquote completed it, but I more or less dropped it. I couldn't care less about it. But like I mean, to me, it's like a Haruhi like Haruhi, but a little bit worse and a little bit more boring, and I could care less.
Why are you bringing up Hyoka?
Okay, I'm bringing up Hyoka here because it's just Kyoani's like failed attempt to do another Haruhi, but
I see
under
what you're
their
saying.
publication.
I kind of get what you mean in the sense that I think after the success of Haruhi, there did become like an expectation that they had to deliver like another, you know, just gigantic banger thing. Um so I could see that like maybe they put a lot like into Hyoka thinking like we have to raise the stakes even farther. Like, well, we showed you what a novel adaptation with a lot of dialogue in it would look like before, but look what we could do now 5 years later. Like, look how
Yeah,
much farther we've taken the technology. And I think just by that time, because by no means am I going to sit here and say that like Hyoka's not a good show.
yeah.
It's very well beloved. Lots of people like
That's
it.
true. I have friends. I have
You
friends.
know, I struggle to get into it, but again, right now I don't like Haruhi anymore. Maybe I'd have an easier
Okay,
time with Hyoka. It's hard to say,
maybe.
but like the I just don't think it hit the same way because of Haruhi already existed, and so it wasn't going to be like a revelation to just it's kind of like the PS4 graphics versus PS3 where it's like, okay, well, I guess it's better, but is
Favorite
it
hero.
that much better, you know? Like
Mm.
how perceivable is the difference in this it as the graphics keep improving but in like subtle ways. Whereas like in the
We-
90s, you know, when you were making the jump from N64 to GameCube, it was like a massive shift of like this
Yeah,
oh my god. So I think Haruhi being kind of the first moe anime that really had that, like, it's just gonna be the best looking show it can possibly be. um
Oh
we're
my
not gonna
god.
take any shortcuts with it, like.
Oh, yeah, and let's not forget the whole media mix thing. I think there, I want to say
Yeah.
Buddy on that line, but there's forgot what's his, I want to say Joe from Pause and Select. No, not Pause and Select. What am I saying? But I think if you guys follow anything, you guys know Joe. But he did a media mix with Haruhi Suzumiya. He goes in depth about it, but it's just like Haruhi was, I mean, it's specific in Japan, but like it was so big and it added like so much money to the anime, like I think economy or whatever. I mean, it was a downturn, I think, whenever Haruhi came out. Like it was that 2008 downturn, and I mean, it doesn't compare to the one that's going on right now, but for Japan, but the economic downturn of the death of the home media, like the whole apparatus right now with figures and buying manga, buying light novels, pushing that, people getting those figure collections outside of model kits. Like that was created by Haruhi. I think for me personally, and I think that was his point in the video, I think. But
Hmm.
like this whole ecosystem that exists right now, like the manner that you get anime produced today is also, I think it's also connected with Haruhi. I don't know if there's another. I mean, I can only think of Fate because the whole gacha game thing,
Well, that's
Fate
what makes me
Go.
think of, like, Love Live again, and
Oh,
Idolmaster, like
oh
that
yes, yeah,
time.
yeah. I think Idolmaster, right? The one that was done by Trigger, right? Well, like Proto Trigger. I mean,
They worked on it a little bit, but it was because it was A1 Pictures and they shared a building, so they did a lot of their early work together. Um, and but yeah, the Idolmaster, and I don't just mean the anime either, because like in the late 2000s, otaku culture was largely unified by like Nico Nico Doga video, like
mm-hmm.
people making memes and clips and stuff, and like a lot of the same people who are into anime and visual novel memes are also playing Idolmaster, which was an arcade slash Xbox 360 game throughout the 2000s.
Let's not forget
And
that's why Berserk was delayed for a bit.
yes, Berserk would get delayed because it takes like 3 months to complete a full campaign in Idolmaster. So
What?
it's
Okay.
it's it's infamous for being like a real time suck if you got into those games. So but the music was good and the girls are super fucking cute. The character models were awesome in those games, and a lot of the songs became memes on the internet. And so eventually, uh, you know, because of Haruhi having so much success through viral marketing, and through a lot of the viral marketing ideas were because of Yutaka Yamamoto, who then tried to take those. He got kicked off of Lucky Star probably for just being a prick. He's
Probably,
very
yeah.
like Kanye West type figure. Just always has to say some shit. And he worked for A1 for a little bit. He made Studio Ordet, which was also in the same building as A1 and Trigger. So he was kind
Yeah.
of like, around that stuff.
They're all
And
in that Aniplex building with Sony, all that stuff, I think.
yeah, that would make sense. And they were very heavily focused on trying to get into this viral aspect of otaku culture, like paying attention to what's happening on these sites, what are the fans into. And like in the wake of Haruhi being so successful, it was like moe is the thing, but particularly music sales. Like we can make
Mm-hmm.
so much money through music sales if this show is a promotional for a bunch of good music. We already know people like the Idolmaster music. So, they make this Idolmaster anime that takes Idolmaster to another level of popularity. And Idolmaster was the first like animated to the nines fucking dance show. Like a show that's about characters dancing, and there's awesome dancing animation all throughout it. And like that was you could have seen cool dances in Haruhi or Kanagi or whatever, but like this was a show about dancing. And
Yeah,
from
yeah.
there, we kind of unlocked on multiple levels, not only the otaku stuff like Love Live, which is a gacha thing, basically, a phone game that became a very successful anime as well. But then also all the little girls shows became about idols
Oh,
all the
right.
kids shows, all the iPure and fucking Aikatsu, and
Yeah.
so like to me that's all kind of Haruhi influence at the core, but I don't think Haruhi itself was maybe as influential as like Love Live was in the end because it made so much money. It just
Okay.
made like even more money than Idolmaster, even more money than anything else, to the point that everybody's copying that. And like they didn't keep copying the Haruhi format nearly as much as they kept copying the Idol format. You
Yeah.
know,
Yeah.
we're still deep in the Idol format
I
as
mean,
like
that whole idol format was created by the big three trilogy that was created from the early 80s and late 70s with Yamato, Gundam, and then Macross. Like, do you remember Love is all about that music, all that stuff.
true. Yeah.
Yeah.
Incorporating and it's interesting too because back then it was like, well, the otaku want to see the mecha,
Yeah.
but we'll give them the music they want to hear also, and then it's like hitting you from both sides, like getting them into this music. You know, maybe people who aren't really into music in the first place, but now they're realizing a love for music because it appears in the anime that
Exactly.
they
The
like.
culture. They culture like
Yeah, yeah,
the show
exactly.
presents.
Macross you're talking about presents that idea. Yeah, and you've got fucking Do You Remember Love in
Or
my head.
or or, or Robotech for you Americans who don't know any better. Just don't say that to show. I think.
By the way, I've sent a bunch of people the StreamYard link that you can
Oh
click
goodness.
on if you want to come
Yeah,
be my
join
next
us. I
co-host.
want to see y'all. I want to see y'all. I can. I shouldn't say that.
I
I shouldn't
just
be
I just
exposing my production.
sent it to like 5 or 6 people who have contacted me. So
Thank
hopefully
goodness.
somebody's gonna
So happy to
jump on in
start.
here. But
So happy.
because at this point you're not psychoanalyzing me, we are both just talking about anime history.
I
I
know.
think
I
we've
know.
gotten
I
away
know.
from the purpose of this.
I wasted people's time by paying the bills and look at this now. Look at this now. You have a lot of people on the backlog.
StreamYard link led you to a 404 page not found on my computer and phone. It's a dead
Oh
link.
no.
Okay, how do I make it not a dead link? I'll try. I'll try a different link then. Um,
Okay. But
um,
anyways, I'm gonna ask you this, but
there we go.
to if I were to give you a fourth option on here for someone to kiss, I'm not gonna be asking what was it Love Live, because I think all the girls are like high schoolers or whatever. We're not getting into the lolly stuff today, okay guys? We're not doing lolly stuff.
Yeah,
I
thank
want I
God.
wanted to I wanted to at least I wanted to at least beat the dead horse here. So for an idol master, I'm pretty sure there's a lot of girls. I know the main girl, who you kissing from idol master, and you can look up characters, so you can just whatever.
All right, I've got more people in. Osoweeb, promote yourself real quick. I'm gonna actually go to the bathroom while you do that. Promote yourself,
All
and
right, all
I'll
right, all
come
right, all
back and
right, all
kill
right.
you.
All right, I will pay your bills. Anyways, also we YouTube channel. I cover anime news stuff. I wanted to get into talking about the situation that's going on with Sony, maybe, because we got into that conversation deep. But anyways, watch my stuff. I did a Kamen Rider V3 reaction. Go support Discotech Media's Kamen Rider and Media Blasters thing. Let's not forget, we got Riley's GoFundMe. That Bird set up. Please go support Young Clipper. I wish y'all's time so much, and I'm so happy about it. I'm so happy I was able to do this. This is the reason why I did this. Anyways, backed up by, but Trixie said what she said. It is what it is. But we also got the Patreon. Let's not forget about that. And obviously, super chats go a long way, and support Trixie through Zelle, obviously, because that just gets 100% of the proceeds to her or whatever. Oh, Venmo too. Whatever.
Hell yeah!
Uh, I think that's everything. It's been such a pleasure, and this is the second time being on your program. Void
Nice.
Gazers. I'm so happy. I'm so sorry that ended, but hope something happens. I'm so happy. You can kick me out whenever you
All
want.
right, thank you. You're gone. You're dead now. No one ever heard from them again. No, I'm kidding. All right, I'm gonna bring in